Camp Fear, the podcast, is a PTL Books and Pathological Inc. production.
Hello, campers. Welcome to Camp Fear, where you bring your fears and leave in tears. Now, come closer. No, closer still. Yeah, stay warm here by the fire. I want to tell you a story. You like stories, don't you? I love stories. And do you know what makes the best kinds of stories? The ones that are true. And I only tell true stories. So listen up, because today I'm going to tell you a story about a girl and a well. A wishing well. Everyone knows what a wishing well is. Everyone knows that you toss a coin in and make a wish. Even Zoey knows. But what most people don't know is what happens if you take a coin out of a wishing well. Well, one thing is for certain. Zoey is about to find out. Put your feet up, grab a snack, and enjoy this true story I like to call Wishing Well.
Part 1. A Coin. I'm not usually a morning person. Like, not ever. But today, when I open my eyes and see my little sister's face, not 3 inches from me, my smile grows. Morning, Ziggy. My sister grunts and turns away from me. I get out of my bed, quickly put on some clothes, then hurry downstairs.
You're up early.
My mom is in her nightgown, a cup of coffee in her hand. Morning! My cheery tone is enough to even get my dad to look up from his newspaper.
Who are you and what have you done with my Zoey?
Ha! I laugh and grab an Eggo from the toaster. I'm just happy. Happy that our family is healthy and all together. Can a girl be happy? My mom stands up straight and sips her coffee.
You sure can.
I laugh again. It's a beautiful day outside, so I might just go for a walk.
Who are you?
I take a bite of my Eggo and slip on my shoes. I'm your perfect eldest daughter. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Love you. As I head outside, I hear my mom shout,
Zoey, please stay away from the hill. I don't want you to fall and hit your head.
I don't stay away from the hill. I want to stay away from the hill, but something draws me to it. Like a magnet, almost. I wonder if I would be climbing the hill if my mom hadn't mentioned it. I'm not sure. Perhaps. But fall? Why would I fall? I'm 11 years old, not 4. The sun is shining so brightly that I can't even see what's at the top of the hill. Most days, I only climb halfway up. But today is different. Today, I want to go all the way to the top. Maybe it's because I got up early. Who knows? I'm almost there when I slip. My shoes not gaining any traction on the muddy ground, but I stay on my feet. It's strange that the grass is wet here, considering the fact that it hasn't rained in a while and the sun is so warm. When I make it to the top, I take a huge breath and then turn back to look at my house. It looks so small and insignificant. I take 2 steps backward, trying to see if I could spy on my mother in the window. See, Mom? I won't fall. My shoes slip again, and this time I land on my bottom and immediately scramble to my feet. Annoyed and embarrassed, I shake my head and look around. No one saw, of course. I'm still alone. That was just a slip, not a real fall. It doesn't count. I'm about to look at my house again when I see it. An old wooden structure with 4 posts and a worn roof, just a little behind me. What is that? Moving carefully now, I walk towards it and realize that it's an ancient well. There are no walls, but the roof is covering a circle of bricks on the ground that come nearly to my waist. Why haven't I seen this before? Even though I only usually come halfway up the hill, it's pretty obvious. Beneath the roof is a pulley with a rope running through it attached to a handle. I reach out and grab the handle, then I turn it. What else is a girl to do? It's rusty and difficult to move at first, but after a few rotations, it turns more easily. It takes exactly 9.5 turns before a bucket emerges from the well. It takes one more turn for it to reach eye level. The metal bucket is old and rusty and has a large dent in one side. I reach for it, but it's just a little too far. Instead of grabbing it, I push it forward, and when it swings back, I find myself looking at the other side. Unlike the side with the dent, this side is perfectly smooth, and there's something written on it. Drop a coin in the well, make a wish, cast a spell, remove a coin, hear the bell. What will happen, time will tell. I read the words 2 or 3 times in my head and out loud. The only thing I really understand is that this is a wishing well. I reach for the bucket again, and this time when it swings back, I manage to grab it. It's half full of water, which is surprising. I would have thought that a well this old would be dried up by now. What's even more surprising is that there's something else in the bucket other than water. An old coin. Without thinking, I slip my hand into the bucket. The water isn't just cold, but freezing. It's so icy that I can barely manage to pick up the coin. It keeps slipping from my fingers, and a strange feeling washes over me. It's as if something doesn't want me to take it, but I can't resist. And eventually, my frozen fingers manage to pull it out of the water. It's a silver dollar, and I start to smile. I don't recognize the picture on it, but that's not surprising. It's from 1979. Whoa, this is...
Zoey! Zoey!
I slip the coin into my pocket and search the bottom of the hill. I can't see my mom, but I can hear her, and she doesn't sound happy.
Zoey!
Remembering that my mom told me not to go up the hill, I start to run. On my 4th step, my feet shoot out in front of me and I go down. My head whacks off the ground hard enough for me to see stars. And somewhere in the distance, I hear a bell start to ring. Part 2. A Wish. Mom, are you okay? My mom squints at me from across the kitchen.
Of course, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
Then why do you have a cane? My mom looks at the cane in her hand.
What do you mean? Zoey, I've always had this cane. It's because of my leg, you know, the one that I broke when I was younger. Never healed right.
She uses the cane to point at her left leg, and I see that it isn't bent the same way as her right. It looks different. But this morning, Mom...
Zoey, are you sure you're okay?
I rub the back of my head, feeling the lump that has already started to grow there. Yeah, I'm fine, just tired. Guess I woke up too early. Where's Dad? My mom offers me a strange look.
He's at work. Maybe you should lie down. You look a little pale.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I make my way to the stairs and head up slowly, my hand slipping into my pocket as I walk. Somehow, the coin is still freezing cold, even when I squeeze it tightly in my palm. Did I hit my head that hard? I didn't want to tell my mom about it because she told me not to go up the hill, that I could fall, which I did. But I've never seen my mom use a cane before. Ever. Suddenly feeling nauseous, I grab the railing and stop. I close my eyes for a moment and then open them again. I find myself staring at the photographs on the wall, the ones of my parents from when they were younger. The first one I recognize. It's my dad standing in front of his truck, the one he's so proud of with the huge wheels and dark windows. He saved up forever for that thing, and it's his pride and joy. The date in the corner is from 3 years ago, 2018. The next photograph is much older. It's of my mom, and I recognize this one too. Sort of. My mom is standing in front of this very house years ago. I know from the stories that she's told me that it's from when my grandparents first bought it. They, like my dad, were very proud. But my mom is different. She's leaning to her left and her leg is in a cast. Not only that, but she's holding a cane. This isn't... It can't be real. I've seen this picture thousands of times before, millions maybe, but never once did I see my mom in a cast or with a cane. In the corner of the picture is a date, 1979.
What's not real?
My sister startles me so much that if I hadn't been holding the railing, I might have fallen and gotten another bump on my head. Ziggy, you scared me. She's standing at the top of the stairs, her hair in pigtails, a frown on her face.
What's not real?
I shake my head. This picture, I point at it. Do you remember Mom breaking her leg as a kid? Ziggy makes a face.
You're weird.
No, seriously, Ziggy, do you remember Mom with the cane? My sister just stares. Ziggy!
Yes, of course. Mom always has a cane.
I swallow hard and pull the coin out of my pocket. I hold it up next to the photograph, my eyes going from the date on the photo to the date on the coin. It can't be. It's the same, 1979. I think of the writing on the side of the bucket, of the strange poem. I can't remember it exactly, but I know that it's important, that it has something to do with what's happening now, especially the end. I need to read it again. I need to figure out what happened to my mom's leg. I rush down the stairs and towards the door.
I thought you were taking a nap.
No, I'm okay now. My mom leans heavily on her cane.
Zoe, maybe you should... Wait, where are you going?
Out for a walk. I'll be back soon. It's a beautiful day out. I laugh nervously. You know, don't want to miss out.
Zoe, don't go up the hill.
Except that's exactly what I do. It's like something is pulling me up there. Something I can't see or hear, but something that is definitely real. I'm surprised that the bucket is no longer hanging above the well. The handle is still there, as is the rope, but the bucket isn't. I peer into the well, but the roof blocks out the light and I can only see a few feet down. How did the bucket fall on its own? I shake my head and turn the handle. Like before, it takes 9.5 rotations before I see the bucket. The writing on the side is the same. Drop a coin in the well, make a wish, cast a spell. Remove a coin, hear the bell. What will happen, time will tell. Time? What does time have to do with anything? Whatever it means, it doesn't sound like a normal wishing well. More confused than ever, I look into the bucket and I'm surprised to see another coin there. Unable to resist, I pull it out from the freezing water. It's another silver dollar, more recent than the previous. The date on this coin is 2018. This rings a bell. I've seen it before.
Mom said not to go up the hill.
The voice is so close that I jump and the coin slips from my hand. No! I try to grab it in midair, but my hand is so cold that it just bounces off my fingers. It falls into the well, and a full second later, I hear it splash into the water below. Ziggy! I whip around, my face turning red.
Mom said not to...
I dropped the coin! You made me drop the coin!
Coin? Zoe, you're so weird. I'm telling Mom.
I look down the well and slam my hand on the brick.
I'm telling Mom.
Ziggy, sometimes I wish you were never born. High above me, I hear a bell ring. It's distant, but still loud and clear. Ziggy? Do you hear that? Ziggy? I turn around, but my sister's gone. Ziggy? Part 3. A well. This time, I don't slip running down the hill. The grass is wet, but I manage to almost glide all the way to my house. I burst through the door and see my mom sitting at the table. Mom, have you seen Ziggy? My mom raises one eyebrow.
Ziggy?
Yes, Ziggy, you know, your other daughter, 7 years old, very annoying. My mom looks even more confused now.
Is this an imaginary friend of yours? Because that's okay, you know.
Imaginary friend? Mom, Ziggy is your daughter. My mom struggles to rise, leaning heavily on her cane.
I don't know why you're acting this way, but I don't like it.
I rush to the stairs and look at the photos on the wall. I look at the one with my mom and her broken leg, my dad in front of his truck, and then the one of our family. The one of me, Mom, Dad, and Ziggy. My jaw falls open and my heart begins to thump in my chest. Ziggy and my dad aren't there, it's just me and my mom. I look at the date in the corner, 2019. Next, I look at the photo of my dad in front of his truck and read the date, 2018.
Zoey, I'm calling the doctor. I don't think...
No, don't call the doctor. Call Dad. Call Dad right now. He knows Ziggy. We all do. She's my little sister. When my mom doesn't say anything, I turn around and look at her. It's hard to see her face because of the tears in my eyes, but she's not smiling. If this is all a joke, my mom is the best actor in the whole world. Mom?
Zoey, your dad is dead. He died in a car accident. He died in...
2018. I close my eyes, remembering the silver dollar that slipped from my hand and fell into the well.
I wished your dad hadn't gone on that road trip with his new truck, sweetie, but he did.
What will happen, only time will tell. It can't be.
This is normal, Zoey. It's hard to understand.
No, it's not normal. None of this is normal. I push by my mom and head back to the door.
Zoey! Zoey!
I wipe the tears from my eyes and sprint all the way back up the hill to the wishing well. The first coin is still in my pocket, the one from 1979. The one that my mom threw in after breaking her leg as a little girl. The one that she used to wish that her leg was healed, though she didn't need a cane. The other coin that she threw in, the one from 2018, she must have used to wish my dad never went on that deadly road trip. The same coin that I accidentally dropped right before wishing that Ziggy was never born. It's then I realized that this is the true reason why my mom didn't want me to walk up the hill. It had nothing to do with me hitting my head, even though that's exactly what I did, but it was about the wishing well. She made these wishes, and things changed. Time went back to before her leg was broken, to before my dad died. But wishes, they're more complicated than they first seem, and more dangerous. I take the coin out and look at it. I'm about to throw it in and make a wish, but then I stop. What do I wish for? Should I wish for my sister to come back? Or my dad? Or for my mom's leg to be fixed? I want everything to go back to exactly the way it was. But I only have one coin. Why didn't I listen to my mom? Why did I have to come up the hill? With tears on my cheeks, I suddenly know what I have to wish for. I wish that everything is the same as this morning. I want to wake up next to my sister, head downstairs and eat an Eggo. I want everything to be exactly the same. I drop the coin and wait for it to hit the water below. It seems to take forever before I hear the splash. Crying, I head back to my house, being careful not to fall again. My mom must be out looking for me, because she isn't in the kitchen. I'm too scared to call for her, just like I'm too scared to look at the photographs on the wall as I run to my room and bury my face in the pillow. Please, please turn back time to this morning. Somewhere high above my house, I hear the sound of a bell starting to ring. I'm not usually a morning person, like not ever. But today, when I open my eyes and see my little sister's face, not 3 inches from me, my smile grows. Morning, Ziggy. My sister grunts and turns away from me. I get out of my bed, quickly put on some clothes, then hurry downstairs.
You're up early.
My mom is in her nightgown, a cup of coffee in her hand. Morning! My cheery tone is enough to even get my dad to look up from his newspaper.
Who are you and what have you done with my Zoe?
I laugh and grab an Eggo from the toaster. I'm just happy. Happy that our family is healthy and all together. Can a girl be happy? My mom stands up straight and sips her coffee.
You sure can.
I laugh again. It's a beautiful day outside, so I might just go for a walk.
Who are you?
I take a bite of my Eggo and slip on my shoes. I'm your perfect eldest daughter. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Love you. As I head outside, I hear my mom shout,
Zoe, please stay away from the hill. I don't want you to fall and hit your head.
Campers, have you ever been to a wishing well? Or a wishing fountain, perhaps? Throw a coin in and make a wish. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? Sure does. Take a coin out. Well, that tends to make things a little more complicated. If you remove a coin, the wish goes away. Kind of like going back in time, isn't it? And don't forget the most important rule of wishing wells. Be careful what you wish for. After all, little Zoe wished for things to go back to exactly the way they were that morning. So, my question for you is, what does Zoe do with the coin that she finds in the bucket this time around? And is this her second time going up the hill? Or her third? Maybe even her fourth? Think about it for a little while. Drop a coin in the well, make a wish, cast a spell, remove a coin, hear the bell. What will happen? Time will tell. One thing is for certain, if you come back next week, campers, you'll hear another terrifying true story. A new one, but one just as frightening. Camp Fear, where you bring your fears and leave in tears.
Camp Fear, the podcast, is a PTL Books and Pathological Inc. production. Story and audio editing by Patrick Logan. Vocals by Abby Logan. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to wherever you're listening to make sure you don't miss an episode. Campers, you can also email host@campfearpodcast.com and share your worst fear. You never know, one day you might be featured in your very own Camp Fear story. You can also visit our website, www.campfearpodcast.com, to get your own Camp Fear merchandise and to grab the Camp Fear books. Copyright Patrick Logan, 2021. All rights reserved.